So we're going to do Scruffy. Scruffy, exit stage left, which is actually right. I think that's right. This is Scruffy. I call her Scruffy Doo. And Scruffy came to us. When did she come in here? She's was
been here a long
months.
Time. Yeah.
Months. We've had her for months. And people think that because on our website we say we take in healthy, well-socialized kittens under 6 pounds, that's all we take in. Well, that's a myth. Mm-hmm. We try to take in healthy, well-socialized kittens under 6 pounds. That's what we, and it does say we focus on taking them in, but certainly we take in whatever needs us if we can. And it all is discretionary. We take in a ton of cats that need our help. Constantly taking in cases that should probably be at the SPCA. They can only take in so many. So we are constantly doing the very same work as far as the cats go as the SPCA, without the exception that we don't go out to get the cats, whereas they will. We will have the people come in and bring us the cats here. So this kitty came in with another kitty who got adopted, but this kitty was in sorry shape. She was bones. She was so completely matted that you just wanted to cry. That kind of matting where it pulls the skin in with the matting is painful. And she was just a sweetheart the whole time. The whole time. She had diarrhea that would just splatter everywhere, and our volunteers would take an hour to clean just her cage and lovingly do it every day until we got a hold of that. She has perfect poop now. And we talk a lot about poop because I say good poop, good cat. And I know that you may be sitting at home going, why in the world does she always have to say the grossest things? Well, this is what rescue is. This is what it's all about. These are things that we do behind the scenes. And when we bring them on the show, it's like, here's this wonderful cat. Well, our staff and volunteers, our staff including Quick Fix, and I'm pretty much one of 2 people that are paid here. The rest are all volunteers. We spend whatever it takes and for however long it takes to get these guys better. And I just want to put out a shout out to our volunteers and staff and say thank you so much for the work that you do, because without you, there's no way that this cat would be here, along with the hundreds and hundreds, we're now in the thousands of cats that have been saved by these folks. And so I just want to say a sincere thank you. So here's Scruffy now. Yeah, what a sweet heart.
This is a wonderful cat.
She is a wonderful cat. Now her hair is going to grow in and she's going to be beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a calico. And I love these little floofies in her ear. And we think that we talked about maybe renaming her. Because she's no longer Scruffy. She's beautiful. And we thought about renaming her, and the consensus was, let's let the adopter rename her.
It'll be more special that way. It'll
be more, yes, it'll be their name for her because she's no longer Scruffy, and she's just a little angel cat. She deserves a forever home. There's nothing wrong with her anymore. I think she's 7 years old. Can we check that? Check my knowledge on her?
Yes, I think that's about right.
Okay,
yes.
So she's 7, and she's just, she's been in a cage the whole time until yesterday when I went in and I saw that her stool was absolutely perfect. I almost cried. And I'm like, time to let her out. Let her go. Then we tore down her cage.
So exciting to see her free roaming this morning.
I know.
She deserves it.
Everybody came in this morning and said, Scruffy's running. And we tore down her cage, and she kept going back to that area wanting to know where her bed was. So we actually put a bed on the floor. But she, since then, just in 24 hours, she's like, I'm free. I really am free. And she has picked behind us. This area right here is where she has claimed as her own. And so if you come in and she's still here, just look at this couch, and right behind it, probably where she's going to be. Here we go with Gregory. This is beautiful boy. Do you know what his color is?
He's buff, right?
He's a buff, and he has his
Yeah. Oh, he's
Tuxedo. He's a buff tuxedo.
All dressed up and nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. And if you haven't noticed, got a little boo-boo on his head. Okay, so want to tell a story,
Sure.
Alex?
Gregory was brought into Quick Fix, and the lady that brought him in was told that by a vet that she would have to.
Not our vet.
Not our vet. No, a different vet. Was told that she would have to have him euthanized because of he had a cyst on his head, and so she brought him into Quick Fix because she was just desperate, and our doctors took a look at him and said, I don't think that cat has to be euthanized. So so we decided that Gregory would become our cat, and
we offered to take him in.
We offered to take him, and the lady accepted our offer to take him in, and he had surgery last week, I believe, and he's doing great, and he's so happy. He's just a loving guy.
Can I put him by the microphone? Can you hear that? Here. It's so loud. Can you hear it? Andy says he can hear it. Listen to this. Wow, that's loud. Wow, he's got a, I love to hear a cat purr.
Oh.
When I'm relaxing and I'm on my couch, I have 4 boys and they're all at least this big. You know, I have big cats. They're big boys. And one of mine purrs even louder than this. And Vinny, I call him Vinny Vavoom. And Vinny, I just love to hear that loud purr. It almost comes from his feet on up because he's so content. And this cat right now is doing that. He's so content. Really nice boy, but that's going to heal. The hair is going to grow over. It's going to be over. His other situation was that he had really bad ear infection.
Okay.
So that's what you see here. We've been medicating his ears, and it's a greasy type of medication. And so his ears are still healing. They're perfectly pink inside. You can see that there's no more infection, but he still has a little bit of like, oh, I really want him rubbed, because down deep in there, we're still treating them because down deep in there, we want to make sure that infection is gone. So we have taken off his cyst. It doesn't even bother him. Look, it doesn't even bother him. We'll have those stitches out. It's healing really beautifully.
That's great.
Yeah, his tail's flicking a little bit because I touched it. But he's still purring up a storm, and he's a beauty. He weighs, how much does he weigh? 12 pounds, 13 ounces. So he's a chunk. Look at that big belly. He's a good guy. He's a great partner cat.
Yes. Just
hang out with you. He'd be good in any environment, kids, anybody. He's just a laid back dude. Oh, now see, he did that because there's a kitty down here who he's like, oh boy, why I oughta. And they have to do that when they see another kitty, but he'll be fine. He's just telling her who he is. So, oh, and here's another thing. He has some chin acne. And remember, I always talk about cats with white chins. If they eat out of plastic bowls, there is a secretion out of their chin. It's like a black tar. It's real sticky, and then it scabs up there, and then if you pull it off, it's an open wound, and all that is from eating out of plastic bowls.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so just remove the plastic bowl, replace it with ceramic, stainless steel, or glass, and that will go away over time, but just make sure you keep that spot clean until it does. And I'm going to thank Irene, although she's off camera. She doesn't want to be seen, but she's one of my favorites, and so I'm going to have her come and get Gregory.